I'm Nikko Locastro here with Dave Greenwell, and this is one of my first disc golf interviews. And I've been planning on doing this disc golf documentary for quite a while now, and I'm proud to have Dave Greenwell as my first visitor on this.
Wow, thanks.
How's it going, Dave?
It's going great. How about you?
It's going really good. Glad to be here with you and do this. I think this is
man.
going to be a good little piece of disc golf history, and we'll go ahead and get started. So I have a list of questions, and I'll start off with Dave Greenwell, PDGA number
962.
962. That's an early PDGA number, Dave. I'll start off with how long have you been playing disc golf?
I started, the first tournament I ever played in was in 1979. And it was a qualifier for the $50,000 jam.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, I learned how to play disc golf in about, it must have been 3-4 weeks later, I played in my first tournament.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Which was pretty lucky, I
there
guess.
You go.
That there weren't a lot more great players, but what the heck.
Good story to tell.
Yeah.
That's that. We'll go ahead and move on. So, how did you get into it?
You know, I threw Frisbee since I was 12.
Okay.
And I was at the local mall the winter of 1978. No, it must have been first part of 1979. It was like January, February. I think it was February. And they had a nature mobile for Otter Creek Park in there, and they were advertising the fact that they had a disc golf course, the first one in the state of Kentucky, which went in 1978. And whoever won or came in second in this tournament, they were going to got to go to California and play in a $50,000 tournament.
Cool.
So I was like, wow. You know, I mean, I could throw Frisbee pretty good, but I'd never seen disc golf before. And this guy had a portable basket and 3 fastbacks. And he had me about 15 feet away, and he said, here, try to put these in a basket. And I was like, well, it's only like 15 feet away. You know, I pitch softball professionally, and I bowl and all that.
Sure.
So I put all 3 of them in. And this guy was like, no way, dude, you played before. And I said, no, really, I just done a lot of things where I throw stuff at stuff, you know. And so he scooted me back about 8 feet and said, try it again. And I put all 3 of them in again. And he was like, damn, he said, I thought I was going to win this tournament.
It's a good start to your disc golf
yeah,
career.
that was it. And so his name was Bob Elliott, and he introduced me to disc golf right there in the mall.
Good deal. It's another good story. So, what's the difference between disc golf now and when you first started?
Wow.
I know there's a lot, but just if you could.
Well, the first thing
describe.
is, when I first started, my knees worked great and everything. My body was like, yeah, really good. So, and now it's not. But in reality,
things change over time.
There were single chains, and we were pretty much playing on miniature golf courses. You know, at the time they weren't miniature because we were throwing, big Frisbees. So, you know, that was way different. The courses are way longer, the discs are way faster, the discs are way more overstable. There's so many more players and so many more courses. So, you know, everything has evolved in a pretty efficient manner, you know. It was kind of slow in the beginning, but we needed to be kind of slowed in. We weren't ready for what is happening right now.
Good things take time, and the sport's definitely progressed a lot since when you first started, I'm sure.
Oh, exactly.
Just looking at the difference between the thick Frisbees and how big they were, and now they're pretty much scientifically designed to glide through the air further and faster, so that's kind of what I was getting at with it.
Right, exactly.
And I'm glad we covered that.
So, yeah, I would have liked to have thrown these new discs when I was 25, you know? I mean, they require a lot more finesse, along with a lot more power, you know? I mean, it's just a whole different deal today.
It's definitely changed a lot over the years. And what else was I going to say here? I was going to ask how has disc golf changed over the years, but that's kind of the same as what's the difference now and then. So what would be like the biggest change from now and then?
I guess how far they go and how overstable they are.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, those 2 factors, you know, I mean, in the beginning, you had to throw a disc almost vertical into a headwind to keep it from going too far right.
Sure.
Now you can throw Anheuser into that same wind, and it's still going to go left. You know, so I mean, it's just totally different. But I think playing with those discs actually taught me how to play frisbee.
Right.
You know, I mean, now a lot of the people that are
You learn
throwing,
exactly
they're
how
throwing
they fly.
discs, and they throw discs.
You learn the hyzer flip form
Exactly.
instead of nowadays people always want to turn over something overstable because the discs want to fall so much to the left for the right-hand player. So I think that's what you were getting at. How much battery do I have left on that?
5%.
That's not good. Go ahead and pause it for us.
Okay.